defense. It's their first of the half. The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and the defense. with a stop.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but consequences of that. Now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Maddox. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. All right, guys, let's talk about Georgia Tech. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, it's not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
The Yellow Jackets come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Gives it on the option. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
This is a guy that can find you the hit yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
And the Yellow Jackets with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Running into the open space. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping.
It's complete to the left. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Now on first down from the 28. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it set up on the outside. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The offense changing the play. Second down, he'll throw it. Pulls it in. It's Maddox. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Darnold. Looking down the middle. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one.
I don't know why the fuck that nigga was playing. Leave it in.
Forcing the incompletion.
second down.
Oh, that must have been a pick, bro. Come on, man. This game don't be letting you animate, dog. Madness to a pre.
Just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
That's got to feel really good for this quarterback. It's early in the game, so these third downs are big. You're trying to get your offense into a rhythm and a flow. Nice job reading the defense. Beautiful.
Didn't put much on
He
that
is
one,
the
and it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback
button
got
fast
confused
man
on
bandit.
first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place.
Shit.
Was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way
I don't know why he not putting his gadgets in. I keep telling him.
That didn't have that chance to be complete.
He got hella fast receivers. He put up gadgets.
Stuffed in there. I think the reason he's stuffed there is, think about it.
But the old Hughes only had 3 running backs for some reason.
Fullback is short yardage situations.
They all slow.
Knew it was coming, played it fast, played it physical, and stopped him for a big loss.
Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off.
Come on, man. You put some foot out,
Good
man.
return on the interception.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. So they put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Pulls it and fires to the left. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. They're going to ride this running back. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The Yellow Jackets in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, the running back has it. What?
Come on, bro.
Running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. And the Yellow Jackets are facing 3rd and inches. A design run for the quarterback. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Yellow Jackets have this offense rolling. They'll try the right side. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll try the run.
That's that running back stance.
6th of the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Might be calling a hot route. From the gun on third down. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Firing to the right, complete. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
I don't know if the defense came into this one expecting the fullback to be a weapon catching the ball, but that play didn't look like they were ready for him. He catches it, turns it upfield for the first.
Touch pass on the run. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback.
No, man, caught that late-ass flag, bro.
They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. You can grab, but you can't hold on. The defensive penalty will give this offense a first down. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. Pocket breaking down. Zings it complete to the right. And this guy has some shiftiness to him, and he showed it off to the defense after picking up a few. Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Looking downfield, it's Darnold. Quickly complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play.
Yeah, shit, that big. Oh, that ball good.
And down he goes at midfield.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy. Man, he is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket. And when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw.
Good throw, bro. I ain't sit your feet.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the 1st down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And he's got it inside the 20.
Hey, Ja, there you go. There you go, Ja. Let me get him. Poor fucking defense.
For a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, showing some glimpses of why they can become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Oh, shit.
And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Back to pass, it's Darnold. Fires left. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle.
God damn.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
And the Yellow Jackets are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains.
We got in double mode every play.
25-yard line, but it'll
Hope he stays in double mode.
Love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
The play action fake. Here comes the heat. He's got it on one side. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line as they come out of their own territory with a vengeance.
And man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. And that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide open receiver.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Leaves it with the back. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. I get everybody's heart pumping a little bit, bouncing off that right upright and through. And now the lead is extended a little further. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
Beat up.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing. Linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock. Hand it off. Let the running back do the rest.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield. And that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Back to throw. It's Darnold. It's caught. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. How about the little toss out to the fullback to give him a touch?
And you said little toss because they're not trying to throw bombs to the fullback. This is a guy that's going to be more of a possession wide receiver, but if you can depend on him and he can catch the football consistently, you can get those little gains, those positive gains, and keep the defense a little off balance.
Makes the grab. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Under fire. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. And the defense holds. No pickup at all on that play.
And after taking a big loss on that run, you just wonder if you're on offense, if you may abandon that part of your game and just start trying to throw it. You're down by a lot here in the second half. Third quarter, you've got lots of time, but you need to throw the football to get back in this thing.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Darnold. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Rushes on him. On the run, fires downfield. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute.
He not listening, y'all. I'm trying to tell the nigga. Can y'all tell this nigga, bro? Can y'all please write him and tell him how to sub in his gadget? But I'm trying to tell him to sub in his gadget.
Let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Clemson is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up 14 over Auburn. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He rifles one deep to the left. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Well, listen, they say they played.
This should be my play last year, bro.
Right? You had an interception on the last drive defensively. You had a golden opportunity to come away with another one right there, but he puts it on the ground.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, that's
I see him.
Right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down. The Yellow Jackets will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll field the punt and see what he can get.
I used to tell you, B-Dog, this supposed to be you. I don't need to tell you that anymore.
42-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit. Just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, when you're losing, obviously everything gets hyped. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying play action. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't.
This game did not do any pick shit off, bro.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
Looking to throw, it's Darnold. Throws for the tight end. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Man, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Pick off! What a play by this defense!
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield.
I stopped after that was a pick.
Nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change.
Quarterback throwing motion
right?
is
Your
terrible.
defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Off the play fake. Going for it all. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And the stomping has commenced.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Darnold. Fakes the grab. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Unloads it left. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in pass situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Looking downfield on first down. The short hands, it's Maddox.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And the Yellow Jackets with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. On target to the left. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, sniffing the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. Looking for a man. It's Darnold. Right down the middle. Got his man on the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a...
Makes a catch at the 20. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Just threw that one way too far.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a...
Touchdown, BAMA! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And with that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid... Season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. To the air. It's Darnold. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just great.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
Hey, it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's... Look at the big fella roll. Defense picks it up. Touchdown time. And they turn it into a defensive score.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden, people are swatting at the ball. They hit you, they knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping 2 hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Clemson is putting on a show offensively. It feels like this one was over when they touched Howard's Rock. They're up by 20 over Auburn. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the tight end. Turning it on. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Finds his tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down.
How about that for efficiency on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
The Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10. He might want another play. Off play action on 1st down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback.
That's a terrible
and they get him at the 32.
When it's a play action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And the Yellow Jackets trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today.
Oh!
Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it.
That's cap, bro.
And after the miss, fellas, still sitting on an 18-point
Come on with the
lead.
down. We can't press start.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Scanning the field, it's Darnold. Looking to the big tight end. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. The give out of the gun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense, not exactly the perfect fourth down call there.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
The give to the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Wants to adjust the pattern. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They'll leave it with him. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
It's 4th and 8, and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. Going for the marker on the ground. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
And just leaving no doubt in this one, right? Fourth down, they've got the lead, running the ball and picking up the first. They're going to ice this game, David.
You talk about 2-minute drills. This is how you end the ball on an offensive 2-minute drill when you're winning. Run the clock out, run the football, be physical, watch it go to zeros.
That was hardly a performance worthy of a #1 team in the country, and now they have to look themselves in the mirror and see if they can get this thing right.
Yeah, they got hammered. Like, this was not competitive. This was a bad performance, and the committee watches every single week. And being the #1 team in the country, obviously you got some pressure on you, but this squad's got to perform.
This man Judge got no hits, been walked one time. Rich, well, everybody advance, Rich. Everybody play their game, everybody advance. Go in their channel and tell